Ladies and gentlemen, and folk of all persuasions, may I please have your attention, for I have some important stuff to talk about. Let's go ahead and switch scenes right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, it has happened. The first fully 3D modeled and animated custom class has hit the workshop. Nothing that's 2D sprites or anything like that. You can probably tell who it is if you played Darkest Dungeon 1 mod in any capacity. You can probably guess who I'm talking about already just by looking at my roster screen here. But, I was going to wait doing modded Darkest Dungeon 2. And then this just dropped out of nowhere. I was watching Shuffle FM's stream earlier today. I was like, wait. So, there she is in her full glory. The Omen Seeker is the pioneer for the stepping stone for full modded Darkest Dungeon 2 classes for Darkest Dungeon 2. And she's got a full kit. She doesn't have any paths, but there's the okay. I've already gone ahead, gave some feedback in the workshop page. She's live right now, by the way. You can go into the Darkest Dungeon 2 workshop, download her, and play her for yourself. But anyways, I don't even know where to begin because I'm kind of excited because this is really, really huge for DD2. This is the Omen Seeker. If for any reason you don't know who Omen Seeker is, in Darkest Dungeon 1, Omen Seeker was a modded class to where she was kind of debuff focused and stuff like that. She was, most people, focus on where my mouse cursor is. That was coincidence, but most people kind of focus on how she looks like. But at the end of the day, she's pretty much a debuff focused hero that is pretty free in where you can slot her into your party. She's pretty rank agnostic in that way. She doesn't do a lot of damage, but she can do some pretty funny numbers with expunge, delete things by clearing their bleeding dot, and getting automatic crits. She can pull things, she can do a double stun with dazzle, this, that, and the other. So she has a pretty interesting array of debuffs in her kit. And I was wondering how they were going to adapt that to DD2, because I've seen whispers of this being worked on. I just did not expect this to drop so soon, especially after I was just posting a teaser of the Musketeer that someone posted up in a Discord that was being worked on. And I think someone else is working on some other stuff. Therapist is being worked on. That's coming in the future. And I think Houndmaster too, but don't quote me on that. I don't know. I'm not down in the trenches and got my ear to the ground like I do with DD1 mods. DD2 modding community, I'm a lot more unfamiliar with. DD2 as a whole, I'm a lot less familiar with. Like, I have like 4K hours in DD1, but only about 800 in DD2, and I barely scratched the surface. I only just got my citrine or virtuine finish, all the hard beat bastard speaking, this, that, and here. But anyways, let's focus on the star of the show. This is going to be kind of a review, kind of a preview of her, but let's take a look at her skills real quick. So we have Omen Seeker. She sits at about 30 HP. She has 5 speed. I don't know if they're going to implement any alter buffs or anything of the sort. I'm not even sure if that's possible. But that's where she sits now, barring any memories or quirks, this, that, and the other. Her resistances are pretty, 30 across the board. I feel like maybe Bleed, Blight, or Burn could be tweaked back by 10 or whatever. She's got a very, I don't know. I think the resistances are kind of bog standard right now, kind of like placeholder until they kind of refine her a bit more down the future. But right now, as she stands, she's very work in progress, from what I understand. From what I'm reading on the screen, or reading on the mod page, they're working on her. They're looking for volunteers and help balance her, this, that, and the other. But going away from that, I'm going to go over her skills of what she has right now, at this current moment. Right now she has a bug to where you can't hold Alt to see her mastery effects, so I'm going to have to pull up the paths page in order to see that. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So let's go ahead and pull up this. Her first move is Entangle. This can be used anywhere and can hit enemies 1, 2, and 3. Unmastered, it ignores dodge. She gives herself a riposte in the target. She puts a Vuln token and pulls them 1. Does 2 to 5 with 5% crit. Upgrade does 3 to 6. Has 3 riposte tokens and doesn't do anything else. So basically it gets more damage and another riposte token on mastery. The damage is pretty good. I'm a little bit worried of how omni range it is. You pretty much always want to slot this. This is doing a lot of effects. You're putting up dodge on yourself. Oh, mastery also gives a dodge. So you're ignoring enemy dodge, putting up a dodge on yourself, putting up a riposte, pulling the enemy, and putting a Volt token. With kind of low damage, but still, this is a pretty stacked skill. Very stacked skill actually, so it's pretty good. So basically she takes her whip and whacks it at them. Also, don't worry, I'm going to be showing gameplay of the class after I go through the skills. Undercut, she takes an axe, throws it. She can be used in positions 1, 2, and 3, hits enemies 2, 3, and 4. Damage range of 4 to 6. Now this I think is a little bit high. This removes dodge and dazes the target. Also has 10% crit and 15% crit on mastery. Holy shit. And stuns on upgrade. Holy frick. Removes dodge and stuns. 6 to 8. I think that's a bit much. Holy crap. That puts a pistol shot to shame. Damn. Okay, so that's one of the pain points of her is conditionless stuns. If they can address that, that will bring her a little bit more in line. I would probably make this stun on combo or something like that. But having just a conditionless stun like that on mastery, you almost always want to master this, plus with the high damage. So we have Windmill Chakram. This is usable in positions 2 and 3. Damage 3 to 5, 15 crit. Okay, this ignores dodge and stealth, blinds the target, removes stealth. On mastery, 4 to 6 damage, 25% crit. Okay, that's a big jump on crit. Big, very big jump on crit. I would make that, I would leave the crit alone because 15% is already high. Ignores stealth and blind, or stealth and dodge. On crit, speed token, and remove, So the mastery effect is pretty high too. But then again, like I said, this is the first class, so give it benefit of the doubt. This is unknown waters that we're all charting here. So, okay, Windmill Chakram. I would love to see how this looks like. I can't wait to see her animations. I haven't even seen her combat animations yet. So, it's a fun little skill. Okay, Dazzle. This one's a pretty overpowering DD1. Cooldown 2, usable in positions 3 and 4. Double stun midline 2 and 3. Target stun, mastery, cooldown 2. Ignores dodge and stealth. Okay. I'll be honest, I'll probably never master this and just use it baseline. To be quite honest. Like I said, conditionless stun, that's one of the pains. Because stun is a lot harder to come across in DD1. I mean, sure, you can pistol shot, but still, it's a very powerful effect. Not much else to say about Dazzle. She basically does a flashbang from her wagon and just stuns the enemy, that sort of stuff. Now this one's interesting. I've read this. Raid the supplies. Can be used anywhere and target any ally. Requires HP above 50%. Uses 3. Let's see. Target heal 20% HP when HP is below 50%. Target remove all negative tokens. Mastery below 50%, 3 uses. 25% when HP below, remove all negative tokens and self all negative tokens. So this one's not too bad. It's not an AoE heal or anything like that. This is pretty much close to Plague Doctor. I think it's healing a little bit much. You could probably keep I'm not sure about the remove all negative tokens. Maybe like 1 to 2, maybe 3 at the most. Other than that, just tweak some numbers on this, and this one's pretty fine. She's another healer, basically, to add to your roster. So this ain't too bad. It's still strong, but it's not too bad. Then we have Sapping Charge. She takes a grenade and chucks it. Damage 2 to 5, does 3 to 6 on Mastery, usable in positions 3 and 4. Hits enemies 2, 3, and 4, 5% crit on both unmastered and mastered. 3 to 6 on Mastery, adds a combo and weaken 2 tokens. This one's not terrible. Not terrible at all, actually. The combo effect is actually quite welcome on Mastery. I would keep that. Maybe tune back. Not even tune back the damage. The damage is fine. Maybe tweak it back one. Tweak it back by 1 unmastered to mastered. So like maybe 1 to 4, and then like 2 to 5 mastered or something like that. Weakened tokens are pretty nice, especially after they change weakened tokens to be much more impactful. And since this can hit position 2, you can hit a lot of boss monsters with this and get some pretty good work out of that. This is probably one of the more balanced skills she has. This is actually a pretty good skill. I would probably press that quite a lot. Piercing Dagger, usable in positions 2, 3, and 4, hits enemies 1, 2, and 3. Damage 3 to 5, 5% crit, ignore block token. That's huge. Damage 4 to 6, 10% crit, ignore block, and target. Apply bleed 3 for 3. Wait, what? 3 bleed for 3 turns, 4 bleed for 3 turns? Is that applying a double bleed? I think that might be unintended either tooltip bug or it's applying 2 bleeds. Apply on crit, remove block. Not sure what I can say about this one. Maybe tune back the numbers just a little bit, but I'm not too sure. Maybe the bleed is meant to be on... Maybe the 3 for 3 turns is meant to be on unmastered? There might be a bug there. I'm not sure about ignoring block though. Maybe ignore guard. That would be pretty nice if it ignores guard. But ignoring block... Because block reduces your damage by 50%, and block plus reduces it by 75%. Am I right? Yeah, minus 50% and then minus 75%. That is pretty strong. Plus is doing pretty decent damage. That's a lot of raw damage you're putting out, on top of ignoring a pretty big token. So let's take a look at expunge or expunge. Is it expunge or expunge? Might be a typo there. Usable in positions 1, 2, and 3. Hits enemies 1 through 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Damage 2 to 3. Okay, that's fair. 5% crit. Uses 3. Ignore block again. Target 4 blight or 4 bleed for 3 turns. Huh. That's different from DD1. Mastered 3 to 4. That's actually fair. Maybe tune that. I don't know. Let's see. 10% crit. 3 uses. Ignore block. 5 for 3 or 5 for 3. Either bleed or blight. Pretty high on the dots. I would tune those back by 1 on both mastered and unmastered. So either 2 for 3 or 3 for 3. I would go 2 for 3 unmastered, 3 for 3 mastered. If it's doing the same damage. Not sure though. And then we have Safe and Sound. This one I'm a little bit... This is like Raucous Revelry, but better. It requires her to have 4+ stress and it has a 3-round cooldown, but bear with me here. It's usable in positions 2 and 3 and it's AoE. Others, -2 stress. Raucous Revelry requires other people to be 5+ stress and only removes 1 stress on use. Despite the conditional, not even a Jester is this good at removing stress on others. Because Mastered, that's -3 stress and remove weaken token across the board. That's pretty nuts. If you swap this around to making others have a stress threshold, this would be a little bit better. But I'm not sure how you would change this. But honestly, she has another stress heal I'm going to cover here in a sec. But I'm iffy on her stress healing skills. Same thing with Entangle having Riposte. So we have Hero Manual. This one's interesting because it's reminding me of Physician Plague Doctor. This is usable in positions 1, 2, and 3. Can target positions 1, 2, and 3, but not 4. Cooldown of 2, and you have a chance of giving block, strength, speed, dodge, or crit. So 25, 25, 20, 20, 10. Mastered, you can give... No, wait, is it the same exact thing, Mastered? It's the same exact thing, Mastered. Okay. That might be a slight oversight on their part. So another skill you don't really want to master too much. So Dazzle, it ignores stealth. It's like whatever. I'll just keep it unmastered and use it. Hero Manual, just keep it unmastered. Like I said, I think that's an oversight on their part. They're the exact same skill. And then False Fortune. This one I more have an issue with it. It's a bit swingy. Usable in positions 2 and 3. Can target any ally positions 1 through 4. Requires target stress 5+, which is pretty standard for stress heals. Cooldown of 1. That's actually pretty... I think that's standard. I'm not sure if it's 1 or 2. I don't remember off the top of my head. But -2 stress or +2 stress? And then Mastered, it's -4 stress or +4 stress. I get the idea. I get the idea. I don't know if I can subscribe to that swingy stress heal, you know what I mean? But I get the idea. I see the vision. I would have to play around it before I really have a strong feeling behind it. But anyways, that's her kit. And as you can see, that's her model. I don't think she has any palettes or anything like that. No, she has no palettes or anything else. I'm not sure if she has any trinkets. I'm gonna have to check. But she's pretty rank agnostic. You can kind of throw her... She's pretty much... You want to throw her in the midline, but you can throw her in the back. You can throw her maybe in position 1. No, not really. She wants to be in positions 2, 3, or 4. But mostly she's married to positions 2 and 3. Like a lot of modded classes in DD1 can be. But other than that, her strongest skills are basically Entangle. Undercut is pretty nuts. See, I'm pressing Alt right now. I can't really see those mastery changes, whereas I can on other heroes. I'm not sure if it's something to do with, again, DD2 jank and modded classes, but that's something they'll need to address. Like, I can check Bounty Hunter, he's modded in for Confessions. I can check his mastery upgrades as well with Alt, so that's something they need to address. In terms of art, she's a bit bright. She needs a little bit more darkening and heavier shadows in order to blend in with, say, Bounty Hunter. And don't mind the duelist skin. Let me go ahead and swap to her base skin real quick. But they'll need to like use heavier shadows and stuff like that. But other than that, for the first iteration of a fully 3D modeled and animated class for DD2, this is a very, very big step. And I'm excited to see when Therapist drops. I'm excited to see when Musketeer comes in, and anyone else that feels inspired to see these classes like coming out. I've been talking about for a while that we need the Falconer syndrome. We need another Falconer to hit Darkest Dungeon 2 in order to jumpstart the modding scene. We have it. It's Omen Seeker of all fucking classes, and I'm kind of surprised it's Omen Seeker. It's wild. What a freaking wild start to this year's of our. But anyways, guys, let me go ahead and show some gameplay of her skills real quick. I'm not going to do a full confessions run or anything. Those go on for like 2.5 hours. I'm still trying to debate how the hell I'm going to frame showing off mods. Do I do a whole run? Do I show clips? I don't know. This is unknown territory for me, but hey, Omen Seeker is here, and I'm here for it. Take care, and I'll see you in the fights. Bye. Okay, so I'm going to go over the team I'm going to be using for a bit of the fights I'm going to showcase, but I am using Kingdom's Bounty Hunter. It's a mod. We're going to be running Collect Bounty, Mark for Death, Come Hither, Finish Him, and Bodyguard. Next, we have Wanderer Flagellant with Punish, Fester, Deathless, Acid Rain, Suffer, and I think that's it. Yep. And then next up we have Omen Seeker. We're going to be swapping through all of her skills. So for now we're going to be using Tangle, Undercut, Windmill Chakram, Dazzle, and Raid the Supplies. And then finally we have Wanderer Highwayman. We're going to be running Duelist Advance, Pistol Shot, Tracking Shot, Grape Shot Blast, and I think either Take Aim or let's go with Take Aim. So something like that. So a backline Wanderer Highwayman. But anyways, that's the team. Let's go ahead and get right to it. Okay. Here we go. We have the first initial combat in the valley. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and Grape Shot Blast here. Like I said, my primary concern is showing off her animations more than anything. So let's go ahead and do a little Come Hither here. I also turned off fast combat. So here's Entangle. Go ahead and hit you. Nice effect. Lone token. Ugh. Got blinded. We gotta blind it. Let's go into Acid Rain. There we go. Also, since this is modded, decided to use a couple modded skins. DD1 Flagellant and Detective Dismas. Alright, let's go ahead and Pistol Shot. You're already dead. Go ahead and set this up. Alright. Now, let's go ahead and use Dazzle. Let's see how this looks. Did she just flash them? She just flashed them. What the hell was that animation? That's hilarious. Okay, so we can show off her heal here. Okay. Not too bad. Gonna get rid of the armor there. Alrighty. And he's dead. Goodbye, giant woodcutter. Alright, so that's her victory animation, or victory stance. Go ahead and get it out of here. Alright, here we are at the end now. Alright, let's see how everything looks. Okay.
Under
We
the
are.
mountain's unblinking gaze.
She's smaller than I expected in her chair. Let's see. Yeah, she's fully animated. That's pretty freaking wild. Okay, let's go ahead and do some masteries here.
Improve.
Pistol shot's always a safe bet. And do I want to master any of her skills? Probably undercut just for the free stun. Let's see. But I'm gonna do it for acid rain. I like that backline cleave it can do.
Precious relics remind
Alright, let's go and grab Orphan Cub. Any Laudeman? Yep. Couple glimmers, and we're good to go. Ooh, healing salves. That'll be nice. Yeah. Let's keep things pretty simple. We're also running the first what you call it? We're running the first confession. For those that want to know. Okay, let's go ahead and use this Hindu. Okay, a little two relationship for them. Alright, where do we want to go? Shroud? You know what? Visit an oasis for 2 mastery? In the Shroud? That's not a bad idea. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Give you that. Give you that. Go ahead and give you this. Pinch of Liar. Give you that. I should give you that, but you got tracking shot. Okay, for the trinket. Meh. Gonna give you it. Let's go. Go. Alrighty, no relationship changes. Alright. Get right to it. The Shroud. Dun 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 dun.
Propriety floats listless on the top.
I wonder how many people are going to make the joke. Oh my god, big boobs. LOL, big boobs. I'm just wondering how many people are going to comment on that. Vintage collection. That's nice to have. Region 1 boss is always good, but I want that vintage collection.
A welcome reprieve.
Want that vintage collection. Very much so. I want the blood. Give me the blood.
This
Right.
study evokes a
We got some
does it not?
combats. Give me. Perfect. Oh, that's beautiful. I love the blood. Go and give that to you. And fuck it, give it to you. And then we'll put glimmers when our torch starts dwindling. Alright, we got a creature den next. Let's go do that.
Ahead, a bestial refuge.
We're going to take a hit from the
Bones and
hazard. That's fine.
identifiable.
I like having my wheels intact. So, I don't know, the traveling heal is always nice to have. Okay, combat or flee. My skin shall know the rake of their claws. There we go. Please no spiders. God damn it, we had spiders. Okay. You know what? Let's go ahead and get rid of those dodge tokens. We landed one, that's good. Go ahead and Grape Shot Blast here. Alright, could've... never mind. Alright, let's see how Sapping Charge looks. No startup animation for Undercut? Nope, stands there idle. Okay, so she pulls out a bottle for that. She pulls out a chakram for that. Alright. Let's check out Undercut. Or no. I need to take a look at Dazzle again. Yeah, she is just presenting her chest and stunning them with it. That's kind of hilarious. Okay. Alrighty, let's go ahead and use Finish him and take you out. Perfect. Munch, munch, munch. God, those things suck. Alright. Grape shot. That'll finish you off, so let's go ahead and do that. Beautiful. Okay. Let's go ahead and Fester. Get rid of that corpse. Oh, nope. Resist it. Blech. Okay. No stuns from them, thankfully. Let's go ahead and mark this stupid spider in the back. That way we get rid of its dodge. And let's go ahead and use Sapping Charge. On you. Ooh, I like that animation. Just a simple little nade toss. Simple and effective, I like it. Okay. Ooh, normally I run faster combat, but for a showcase, I won't. Let's go get rid of you. Alright, I'm hoping like Warlord shows up or something. 4 to 7. Okay, that's fine. Alright, Windmill Chakram. Let's see the animation. Okay, it's about the same as Sapping Charge. Okay. Get rid of the corpse. Don't want that thing eating the corpses. Ah. Actually, no, oozes ain't bad. Actually, no, oozes is bad. Not great. Not great at all.
A lesson taught is a lesson learned.
How's our torch? 82. We're good. Go ahead and bodyguard or mark for death you. Get rid of that dodge. Alright, did we see Undercut yet? Okay. The animation of that, I think, could be a little... It looked like a PNG just stuck onto the screen there. Not sure how I feel about that one. Alright, let's go and Acid Rain. Damn it, it's going to eat the corpse. Maybe not. 5 to 8. Let's get rid of the... Now let's save the highway robbery. Been tracking shot you. I'll leave that thing alone for now. Okay, so raid the supplies. She pulls out what looks like bread, canned food, and a water bottle, I think. Can't quite see. Let's go and heal. And it's playing the gesture sound effect, it sounds like. Okay. Alrighty. Let's go and finish. Hit the combo on that thing. So far, I like how she looks in game. Ugh, weaken and bone. Get rid of that corpse. Hey, we got a blade out. Good. Alright, we've seen Sapping, we've seen Dazzle. Do Dazzle again just for the lull. I don't know why I find it so funny. I just do. Alrighty. I should run Lash's gift so he can heal himself. But might not be necessary. We'll see. Alright. Let's go ahead and do this events. We gotta get rid of this tanky fucker. Maybe let's finish him on you. Yeah. He's gonna start eating that up. That's why we have highway robbery.
The fatigue.
No crit token. Ah, he's got the crit token. Get rid of the corpse. Should probably just fast forward through this. Yeah, I'm gonna fast forward through this. I'll see you guys in the next fight. Okay, now that combat is over, we're gonna head to the Triurgen's tables to get rid of this disease on Tardif here. I also swapped out some skills. We have Piercing Dagger, Sapping Charge, Safe and Sound, Expunge, yeah, and Raid the Supplies. So that way she can work a little bit more in position 4, while at the same time show off some other skills of hers. As I said, it's not going to be a full run, but hey. Okay, Triurgen's table. First of all, let's double check our stuff. Do we want to use glimmers? Yes, we do. We want to use some glimmers. So, let's go ahead and replace the Laudaman. And let's go ahead and use 2 bloods. Now keep the healing cells. Alright, we're good. Let's get right to it. Let's use Detriment. So that way the negative relationship doesn't hurt as much. Okay, couple patients and 2 widows in the back. Good. Let's go ahead and Grape Shot Blast. Just to open up the fight. We'll use a Come Hither. Get over here. There you go. Alright, let's take a look at Expunge. Okay, she takes out a bottle. I'm just gonna throw it at you. Okay, so it looks like a Noxious Blast, basically. Okay. I wonder if the skill effects are final, or if they're going to be refined later. I think they might be refined further. Don't stun. Aw, you bitch. I hate these things. You know what? I'm going blood. Ah. You're gonna regret that. Thank you. Get out of here, fool. Alrighty. Too bad I don't have a stun clear or anything like that. Let's go and heal Tardif. There we go. There you go, Sapping Charge. I wanted to show off her other skills before she got moved out of position. Alright. Let's go ahead and just mark you with a combo. Uh-huh. Okay, the stress is mounting. Ugh. Okay. Go ahead and use Piercing Dagger. Oh! Dagger disappeared. That might be a bug. So it looks like Undercut she doesn't have a animation for, and Piercing Dagger her well, Dagger disappears. Let me report that real quick. Okay, I took a moment to wrote up those bugs for them on the Steam page. Let's go ahead and throw a dagger. Okay. So, Piercing Dagger also does not apply bleed unmastered. I believe that is unintended, but we'll find out. Let's just go ahead and boom. Alright. Go ahead and move you back. I can use her other skills a little bit. Use this Glimmer. Weakened tokens suck. Not the best team for Triurgen, but we're gonna melt down our Resolute. It's fine, it's fine. It's just a trial run. Alright. Let's go and use the other glimmer. Go fast. And there she was. There we go. Now we can heal. She needs to be stressing in order to use that. Ugh. Not good. Well, that's fine. We'll do a small heal. And grape shot blast. Yeah. Light. Good. Alright. Alright. Forgot how slow base combat is. Grape shot.
A simple variable.
Alright. Oh, this is not terrible. This is not a terrible charging setup. So, let's go and give her self blood. So she can take horror. Do a big fat heal here. There we go. We'll focus the woodsman. Yeah. Pull you forward though. I want to keep the widow alive though. Kill the woodsman, keep the widow alive, and then we'll beat up the charge, and I think that's what we'll do. Go ahead and do sapping charge. Yes, get rid of that disease. Thank you. Resolute. Yes! That's handy. Thank you. Oh, that's very handy. Thank you very much, Tardif. Alright. Gonna do this. And this. Perfect. See, that's how stun should be. Okay. Let's go and start acid raining. Attack and charge in this early is stupid, but yeah. Alright, real talk. I do like the undying look of the flagellant. Ah, you asshole. I do like the undying look of the flagellant, but his DD1 skin goes super hard in 3D. He looks good in 3D. I'll be real with you. Alright, we gotta get rid of this big galoot. Let's see. Highway robbery, get rid of that block. There we go. Zap and charge. Okay, he's weakened. That's fine. Thank you for getting rid of my blind. That's always helpful. May we get rid of this woodsman? That would be greatly appreciative if we can. I should probably set up a bodyguard on flagellant soon. Yeah, I think I will. Should have ran Lash's gift. Yeah, it's whatever. Boom. Okay, good. Thank you for helping it along there, Trojan. There we are. That should help a little bit. And I got one more heal left. Alright, let's see how this looks. There's no startup animation. Oh, no, there is. It's just very subtle. She kind of puts her hand on her hips. Alright, let's see how this looks.
Compassion quiets the howling mind.
Okay, that's a strong stress heal. I'm sorry, but that's a strong stress heal. Alright. Woodsman's almost dead. You can get rid of him next turn.
Sweat-soaked brows, unsteady stances.
Cool. Now, we're going to keep the Widow alive so he can keep doing his bullshit with the Widow and focus the charge in. So, go ahead and put... Yeah, let's go ahead and shoot him normally. No, let's set up a riposte. Perfect. Alright. Uh-huh. Thank you for getting rid of my weaken. Now come here. Come hither to me. Alright. Perfect. Good time to blood. And good time to rain. Acid rain. Ugh, the bleed. Bye.
Persistence will overcome even the greatest of threats.
You ready? Once again. Acid rain. Perfect. The poor Widow's just dying to the charge and care. Alright. Let's go ahead. Grape Shot Blast. Piercing Dagger. Let's go ahead and blood this. And then get that big crit. There we go. You're almost dead.
Fight through the fatigue.
There we go. Goodbye to your armor. And goodbye to you. Well, that could have been cleaner. But we got it. Alright.
In this weighty gloom,
Okay.
a spark.
Like Skullcap is nice. Okay. What skills have we not seen yet? Hero Manual and False Fortune. So... I'll see you guys in the next fight. Okay, I fast forward to the Watchtower. We're going to scan ahead. Alright, let's go ahead right to the Oasis. There we go. Get the region goal out of the way and do this fight. Probably the last one for this video. Quad baby. Quad baby. Spawnlings. Good. Alright, grape shot. Good start. Always nice getting a crit. Alright. Well. Let's go ahead and blast you to Kingdom Come. I resisted. Okay, so False Fortune and Hero Manual. I'm going to use False Fortune first. I don't like that. Because Mastered, that's a +4 or -4. Yeah, no, I don't like that. I really don't. It's just asking for trouble. Alright, let's go ahead and clean these guys up. I don't think I'm going to kill all 4 in time, but I do have Dazzle. That can ignore dodge. There we go. Oh, we have a block token. Alrighty. Go ahead and mark you for death. Then we'll shoot you between the eyes. Boom. And then... Yeah, sure. Just dazzle. Resist it. Come on, kill it. Whatever. Alright, we have... Cabin Boy. Well, not Cabin Boy. We have one of these guys. The Captain. Okay, that's not too bad. Alright, so... The last one we gotta show off is Hero Manual. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and Grape Shot Blast, so I need to keep her in position for one more skill use. Alright. Pulls a book out of her bra. Okay. That's funny. I like that animation. Pretty good. Okay, let's go ahead and I'm going to finish this up, head to the end, and do some closing thoughts. See you guys in a second. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the Shroud run, and we're approaching the end of the video. I'm going to give a couple more closing thoughts and... Okay, that's Highwayman. I thought that was the Man-at-Arms in item. But anyways, so far my thoughts on the Omen Seeker are mostly positive in the fact that this is going to be opening the doors, the floodgates really, to a lot of future projects that we're probably going to see in the Darkest Dungeon 2 modding scene, and I can't wait to see how that all pans out. In terms of her implementation from Darkest Dungeon 1 to Darkest Dungeon 2, she's a little bit all over the place. I think they were trying to translate what she does in Darkest Dungeon 1 to DD2 a bit too close to the notes, much in her detriment, as another person had put it. Yara kind of put it pretty much on the nose with that statement. It's to her detriment, I would say, because I see the vision with some of these skills. I do like the thought of her having a repulse, but I think Entangle is a little bit too strong. Undercut is very powerful when mastered. Piercing Dagger, like, she's got a little bit of scuff. In terms of art, the lines are kind of thin, and she could use a little bit more shadowing and stuff like that, more like heavier grime as compared to Darkest Dungeon 1 to kind of help her flesh out with the other heroes in the roster. This don't count, he's got the... Plus, I've noticed when I was looking through palettes, some of her palettes are bleeding over in other hero palettes and stuff like that. So, Omen Seeker example in the Highwayman tree. And I think it's because Highwayman is like the default character used for the botting template. I'm not entirely sure. But anyways, like I said, my thoughts of her are mostly positive because, like I said, she's pretty much a pioneer stepping stone for what's to come. But she does have a lot of work to go through. Remember, Falconer, when she first came out in Darkest Dungeon 1, that meant so long ago, had very similar growing pains of implementation and balancing, lots of scuff, because Falconer was the first, like, fully custom spine 2D animated skin or class for Darkest Dungeon 1. I don't think Omen Seeker's technically the first, but she's definitely like the major first, you know, like, what do you call it, high profile class mod to like be functional and playable and working. Some of her skill attack animations are a little bit they feel like placeholders in a way, because they're just like JPEGs just stuck to a screen with an effect behind. I do feel like that could be worked on. Her art really does need a bit, it needs that DD2 grunge, you know what I mean? The heavier shadows and stuff like that. Just, she sticks out very much, kind of like an anime skin in DD1, but I'm not saying that to be negative or anything. It's just stating the facts. But anyways, yeah, that's Omen Seeker. Very exciting stuff. Very, 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 very exciting to see. And to be honest, I could tell they exercised restraint when it came to her design. I know they exercised restraint. They had to have. Unless I'm just been so used to seeing Omen Seeker over the years, I kind of just don't really notice it anymore. But either way, I'm glad. Omen Seeker, welcome to DD2. Same thing with Tardif over here. Confessions Tardif, Bounty Hunter. It's always good to play around with him, even though this really wasn't the team to really use him in and stuff like that. This was a kind of a slow burn team, but I was just showing off skill, animation, and stuff like that. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that would be all for this video, stuff like that. I don't know when I'm going to do another modded DD2 video. I'm going to work on how I'm going to be presenting DD2 videos, because I don't want 2-hour long fucking videos per confession run I do. I don't want that. But I'm going to experiment around with some format, see what works, see what doesn't work, yada yada yada. We'll see. If you guys have any feedback, go ahead and voice it down in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that YouTube jazz. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye. Also, go check out this mod. Give whatever feedback you can. They're gonna love everything and anything you give. Trust me. Giving feedback for so long on Darkest Dungeon 1 stuff, even bad feedback can be good for some people. I'm telling you. Help them out. Let's make this... Let's see if we can get Omen Seeker to be like a premium class, a premier thing. It's a very, very crazy, wild time for DD2 modding, guys. See you in the next one. Bye.